Hey guys, Bugcat7 here. Okay, it is March 21st, 2025, and I'd like to thank you for visiting the Stonewall Research 2 channel here on YouTube. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay guys, well, I haven't been doing many videos lately because I just have situations going on, bad Wi-Fi, inability to do it back where I live in a house where I'm constantly distracted by 5 cats that live with me, among other cats that live there, ferals, that I take care of over there, and in a house where there's shift workers, sleeping all the time and everything, can't get loud or anything like that, so continue doing it from the store, on my computer or my laptop, but I need a new screen recorder program. I think I've got one I've had previously, but didn't set up correctly, at least, in a way that the videos would be seamless. It was okay. It was very good. I used it often some years ago on my other channel, and it was fine, except that I could really just, I was just lazy about it and never really figured out how to use it properly. So I'm in the process of doing that. I downloaded the other day because my other screen recorder subscription expired. So I just wanted to get something more cost efficient. Don't have a lot of dough, so I'm trying to do it on, with a free software here. But in any case, I will be doing some great videos. I got some great stuff coming up. A video on acromegaly, having to do with a friend of mine who actually has acromegaly. One of the few people in this world that could curl a 200-pound dumbbell, even world-class bodybuilders and weightlifters can't do that. So he had some sort of operation, so we're going to talk about that because I need to talk about that. First of all, man received an operation that he didn't need to get and wasn't necessary, in my opinion, but that's one. One on the drones, okay? Remember the drones a few months back, the New Jersey drones and the New York area drones? Okay, so I pretty much got them busted on that, so we'll talk about that a little bit in another video. And one on Jack and the Beanstalk, again, we have to revisit that again to sort of reinforce what the story's really about, in my opinion, based on my research into the giants, their myths and legends and all kind of stuff. So we got to talk about it again in a little humorous way. But in this video too, I just want to go over St. Patrick's Day, which occurred Monday this week on the 17th. And you can pretty much see on YouTube, on the internet, what the story is with St. Patrick. He wasn't Irish. He was a Catholic missionary, Holy Roman Empire during, that time period in 5th century, roughly late 4th century, early 5th century, something like that, they think. And they don't know because there's no, historical record of this fellow actually, but there's some candidates that they had from around that time who were also like sort of, Christian missionaries to Ireland trying to eradicate the paganism there, by all accounts, by historians' reckoning anyway. And I recently saw about an interview George Norrie was having coast to coast with some fellow that was, a researcher that was covering St. Patrick's Day, and about how St. Patrick was there to, eradicate all the snakes from Ireland, and, that was really, allegorical or metaphorical or whatever it is for the pagan cults that existed there in Ireland before the Roman Catholics got there. So that's very interesting that this fellow, and then, it go into all the sort of hypothetical, you know, doings of these quote unquote serpent cults that were eradicated in Ireland by his account there, this fellow that was, I forget his name, with George Norrie over there talking about it. But see, my interest in it is this, is that it just interests me that you have these quote unquote serpent cults in a country that has a preponderance of stone walls, okay, where you also have here in the Americas among the native peoples, especially the Algonquin peoples, okay, the the horned serpent, similar to that, or of the Norwegian horned serpent. We've shown that on my other channel. The similarity between these two horned serpents, Norwegian and there was a book written about the similarities between the Algonquin people's mythology and Norse mythology, okay, and so it happens that the Vikings later raided Ireland, they say for, pillaging them and everything, maybe it was payback, maybe, but it's just curious to me that you have the veneration and the worship of the serpent. And, I already determined in my own research, which is my own unique research into the stone walls of the northeastern part of North America here, that all the walls are serpent because of the recurring serpent's head in the walls, in the stone walls, built into the stone walls as it's an artistic stylization of this horned serpent, which recurs in the wall. I proved it in my own research, at least up there in Vermont, where there are many of these stone walls that have very interesting design and builds in them. So you have the serpent, and what this is, apart from standalone effigies. Standalone effigies of the serpent are also among the stone walls here in the Northeast, but my research, because of what I identified in the stone walls up there at Springfield, Vermont, and up on Mount Ephraim in Vermont, that the recurrence of the serpent's head in the wall meant to me that all the walls are serpents. So, in any case, you have the veneration and the worship of the serpent, the horned serpent, among the native peoples of the coastal regions of Canada and USA, territory, Northeastern North America here. And you have stone walls and serpent cult in Ireland. Okay, so again, sort of goes along with my hypothesis that there must have been in the ancient past some sort of unified society in the northern hemisphere of the planet here, at least, across the Atlantic, um, because of the commonalities, many of the common themes that we find that are emblematic of places like Ireland with the stone walls, and Norway with their mythology, and also what's going on here in the Americas. So it's just curious to me that that's the case. This fellow that was talking to George Norrie didn't talk about any similarities there, among these cultures, roughly, time periods in which this might still be going on, um, you know, 4th, 5th century here in the Americas, this is probably what's going on. And you have all the legends of giants in Ireland, and you have all the legends with the native peoples here in the Americas of giants as well. Only with the Algonquin peoples, it seems to be all good giants, right? That you never heard of, because all the giants are bad and they're cannibals, rah! Like the Lovelock people, right? The tool eaters, not the baby eaters or the people eaters, or eating tool aquatic plants that can be made into flour and all this different kind of foods and utilitarian purposes, similar to that, like a hemp plant in a way, you know. But you know, for the cannibals, they're at Lovelock there, but they were tool eaters. That was their moniker. That was their nickname. That makes sense, right? Okay. So, any case, I just want to mention St. Patrick there and this sort of relationship that it might have to the stone walls in North America here and the serpent cult. These people venerated this horned serpent, which also gets associated with the underwater panther, which might have been some early Holocene or late Pleistocene, creature that went extinct, in which many creatures went extinct during those time periods, roughly over a period of time, which seems kind of weird, all these large animals over a period of time went extinct, and giant animals, tougher to get around in the gravity when you're large size, even though an elephant can run pretty fast, but because they're big. But in any case, I don't know, something to think about there with St. Patrick's Day. I think that, we pretty much know that the snakes that, St. Patrick's, threw out of Ireland there were of the two-legged variety, right? So if you're, still stuck on, he chased the snakes out of Ireland and there were never any snakes in Ireland. So, okay, so that should tell you that's, allegorical or metaphorical, whatever you want to call it. But, there were no snakes in Ireland. The only snakes in Ireland were of the two-legged variety. Okay, so that's basically what I want to get across. That and the relationship of the walls and the serpent call to the culture right across the Atlantic with similar features, stone walls and serpent cults. So, anyway, guys, that's all I have to say, and hopefully get my act together here. These videos got coming up are pretty good. So, hopefully get my act together and get some videos done in a short period of time, okay? And I apologize that I haven't been able to do them recently. Just busy, tired, not good circumstances, all this kind of stuff. So, in any case, guys, Bugcat7 signing out. Peace.